Welcome to the Innovation Project Leaders Course Overview. I'm the instructor, Bull Holland, and we teach this course two different ways. We teach it in a self-paced method, also in an instructor-led method. The content is the same for both. What you'll learn in this class is the skill that every entrepreneur must master, the search for fit. Specifically, problem-solution fit, product-market fit, and business model fit. Most private companies fail because they never get past step one. They come to the table with what they think is a solution, but they never properly define the problem. The same thing happens in the public sector. We start trying to move forward with a solution before we really spent the time and energy to truly understand the problem. You'll see this concept throughout the course. The principles of innovation and entrepreneurship are the same between the private sector and the public sector, but the way they apply are very different. You'll see that clearly when we get to the idea of product market fit, because in the private sector, that's extremely difficult because the market is undefined and undefinable in many cases. Whereas in the public sector, we have a much smaller market, and oftentimes we define it by the very organizations we stand up. Last, business model fit is something we'll touch on so you understand the concepts, but we're going to spend most of our time at that product market fit so you can figure out a way to get a solution to the problem you're starting with. The way that we're going to teach you how to search for fit is by using the scientific method. The same methodology that works for discovering what is true in science works for discovering what is true in the business world. Because all of science is about the relationship between phenomena. If this happens, then that happens. You'll see how that applies in the business world as well. The first three parts of this course are all about that idea of problem, solution, fit. So we're going to have you start by understanding what right does not look like. And that's called things that exist to be inventoried. Everyone who works in any public sector job has a file drawer or a closet or a Connex or a mill van full of things that were fielded to your organization that no one uses. The only time they see the light of day is when it's time to inventory them. You're going to understand where someone failed to achieve problem, solution, fit, and that's why you have these things that exist to be inventoried. We're then going to teach you about how to draw out problem workflows and use effective interviews with other people who you think experience the problem to understand what the problem is, and just as importantly, what the problem is not. Lastly, we'll apply this idea of segmentation that is very commonplace in the private sector, and we'll use it in the public sector as the idea of beneficiary segmentation. When we get into value propositions is when you're going to see something you recognize as science as we teach you how to build business hypotheses. Again, science is just about if this happens, then that happens. And in the business world, those value propositions look like if we provide you this product or service, then we believe it will provide you that value. We're going to teach you how to design those hypotheses so you can take the next step of designing experiments in order to test them. And that's where you'll learn about the minimum viable product. One of the most misunderstood concepts in both the private sector and the public sector. This is not a beta version of your product. This is all about rapidly testing to gain as much information as you can to drill down into the evidence about what will really solve the problem. We'll also teach you about feasibility and viability so you have the last elements to really start defining that product market fit. Then we've got to teach you about how to bring all those things together so you can provide your final presentation and give the answer to the problem that you started the course with. So that's what you're going to learn in this course, the search for fit and how to use the scientific method to achieve it. Come join us.